Barrel, issue number 2 from Image Comics. So this issue came out a while ago, either last week or the week before, depending on when this video gets uploaded. But there hasn't been that many interesting comics coming out this week. So yeah, we're going to go over this one. Just to do a quick recap, these cats have been taken from their home. Basically, the humans have been going around rounding up all of these cats. And it's because there's some kind of weird virus going out there that seems to be affecting mammals with 4 legs. So cats, raccoons, wolves, foxes, things like that, they all get this like virus. And it's kind of like the 28 days later rage virus. It's like rabies, but super hardcore rabies. And so as these cats are being taken away, the car that's taking them crashes and they find themselves stranded in the wilderness. Yeah, that's basically where we start off here, where we see them and they're staring at a bunch of wolves chowing down on the deer, and they're all messed up. And we have this one character named Lord, and I'll be honest with you, I find Lord so freaking annoying. He is like he's naive, but in a very annoying way. So, for example, the cats are kind of hiding because they see these wolves that are infected eating this deer. And Lord's like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna go eat with them. It's like, no, you idiot, they're infected. Why are you going to go eat with them? He reminds me very much of like kids in horror movies that are so stupid that they basically just keep escalating the situation. And then at the end of the day, you know nothing's going to happen to them. Lord is just like that naive, childlike character that you know he's probably going to survive this whole thing, even though it's because of him that we keep finding ourselves in terrible situations. I absolutely despise that. It's like, it reminds me very much, speaking of 28 Days Later, it reminds me very much of 28 Weeks Later, where the stupid kids are the cause for everything. They completely destroyed the society that was being built and got a bunch of people killed because of their stupidity. And then they're the ones that made it out alive. Like, they're the only ones. It reminds me of that. So yeah, eventually Elise like grabs him and runs away. She's like, what are you doing, you idiot? Like, stop trying to get us into trouble. Patch is like, I'm hungry too, but we can eat when we get home. Like, we can't be eating some of these things because it's turning people into, by people I mean other animals, it's turning them into these like weird creatures. And then eventually they see like another group of cats, but those cats are all infected too. So we just kind of have like a chase where we have Alessi, Lord, and Patch being chased by a group of rabid cats. And right when Alessi's about to get killed by one of the cats, the wolf shows up and snatches the rabid animal that's about to pounce on her. And so we just get even more mammals. And it's kind of funny. It's like a whole group of them, of different mammals. We got like foxes, we got wolves, we got cats. And they're all teaming up together to go after these 3 cats. And eventually they find themselves like backed up into a corner when there's 2 other cats that appear above them on a tree. This is Jonas and Scratch. And Jonas is like, climb up here. And so they start climbing the tree. And Alessi's like trying to introduce herself. And Jonas is like, keep moving. Don't ever stop moving. Jonas is kind of like the hard ass, but he's the hard ass that this group needs. He's basically like, shut up. Don't stop. Keep moving. We have to get past the river. Don't ever stop moving. Otherwise, you're going to end up dead. And whenever like the group is like trying to stop to catch a break, whatever, he's like, what are you doing? I just told you don't stop moving. Yeah, we just have them like just running from treetop to treetop until eventually they're forced to cross a river. And then we have Patch, and Patch can't do that because he's not a big fan of water. So he has to leap across the river, and he actually makes it, but he falls and he may or may not have injured his foot. Then we see Lord, and Lord's stuck up in the tree, and he can't get down because he doesn't have claws. And it's like, dude, just jump in the water. Break your fall. Plus, you're a cat. Cats land on their feet all the time. But yeah, Lord had his nails removed, his claws removed, because he kept scratching his owners and stuff. So we have Jonas having to be like, all right, fine, I'll get him. So Jonas runs over, fights off some of the creatures. I keep saying creatures, but creatures are basically the rabid mammals. And saving Lord. And then he goes off into the woods. He's like, keep moving. And that's when Alessi just gets pissed off. She's like, we can't keep moving. Where are you leading us? Why is everyone trying to kill us? Like, she's trying to just gather answers. And Scratch is like, hey, like Jonas means well, but like some outdoor cats are just better at scrapping than playing with nice. Yeah, we just have like a moment where we finally get like a breather where they just kind of like chat about what's going on. They introduce themselves. Patch tries to bring some food, but it turns out to be like rabid. So Jonas shows up. He's like, don't eat those. And he brings a squirrel instead. And then they start complaining about how they don't want to eat squirrels because but even though they're hungry, like they won't eat squirrels. It's just a lot of complaining by these characters. And that's when a wolf shows up and brutally murders Scratch. And Jonas is like, run. I told you this is what happens when you stop moving. And there's more, but I'm going to stop it there. I will say that this was brutal. I knew this was going to happen, that we were going to see some cats being brutally murdered. I didn't really mind too much when it came to like the rabid animals because, I mean, they're rabid. But yeah, seeing normal animals like cats being brutally murdered, it hits me. It's because I'm a pet owner. I have 2 cats of my own as well as a dog. So seeing animals get hurt, it's one of those things where no matter what I'm like reading or watching or whatever, I'm totally okay seeing a bunch of people like humans getting brutally murdered, even kids. I think that's fine. If it's fictional, obviously. I mean, if it's real life, that hits. But if it's fictional, seeing humans getting brutally murdered, it doesn't bother me. Seeing animals getting brutally murdered, though, does. It's like in some video games where you have to like go hunting. It's like, I can't, man. I can't be going around killing deer and stuff. Like, I feel bad. But yeah, we get I guess our first moment where we see just how brutal this is. I mean, we saw like the brutality in the first issue, but we didn't get to see like an actual normal cats that we hanged out with for a little while get brutally murdered in front of us. But we finally did. I will say that I'm really enjoying this. Though I will say that there have been some annoyances with the characters. I get it though. Like Alessi grew up in a home, so she didn't really. She's not an outdoor cat, so she's completely like unaware of what to do. Like she has like almost no survival instincts. And Jonas is like he's an outdoor cat, so he knows how to get by. But I will say that the Lord character just really annoys me. Like he's too naive, too childish. That his actions are just kind of annoying. You would think he would have like at least some survival instincts in the sense of like, hey, even though I'm hungry, maybe don't go to a group of a bunch of rabid wolves and eat their prey. Like maybe that's just not a good idea. But it's fine. Like while it annoyed me, it didn't like kill the issue for me or anything like that. I've still been really enjoying this. And I mentioned in the first video that this was by Stray Dogs, and I was asking if I should read that. And some of you are like, yeah, you should definitely read it. So I did read Stray Dogs, and I probably won't do a review on that just because or maybe like at some point I'll do like a retro review, even though it's not really retro because it's only maybe like a year or 2 old. I do recommend checking out Stray Dogs. I read the entire thing. It was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed that. So, yeah, if you want to like check out another series, or if you enjoyed this series and you haven't checked out Stray Dogs and you're wondering if you should, yes, you should. It's only like 5 or 6 issues. It's really quick. Like you just grab the paperback of it and enjoy. It's really good. So yeah, there you go. I'm kind of just rambling at this point, but Feral 2 was good. I think issue number 1 was better. The characters annoyed me less in issue 1 than in issue 2. Issue 2, some of their actions just kind of annoyed me, but I kind of get it. Like I'm assuming that like their arc is basically that they're, indoor cats, they have no survival instincts, but then over time they start learning from Jonas and they start becoming better at taking care of themselves. And then I'm guessing that Jonas is going to start off as a hard ass, and then at some point he's going to like sacrifice himself to save the others. Because at this point in time, I don't want to say that he's one of those where like he's all out for himself, because he's not. Like, I mean, he did go and risk himself to go save Lord from the tree. But he is one of those where like when his friend Scratch dies, Jonas doesn't like say anything about it. He's just like, this is what happens when you stop moving. I told you to keep moving. Like he doesn't really seem to have a breakdown over the fact that his buddy died. But I have a feeling that later on, we're going to see that Jonas kind of had a hard life, and at some point he's going to sacrifice himself for the group. That's my guess. I'm hoping that we don't go that route, just because that's kind of cliche. I mean, here I am at issue number 2 already guessing that when we first see this character. So hopefully they do something different, but that's my guess. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is I understand the whole We have these characters, they're not used to being outside and surviving on their own and stuff, but then over time they're gonna get better and better and stuff. It's just right now we gotta kind of go through the growing pains. And unfortunately, some of them are giving more pain than other. And by that someone I mean Lord. Hopefully Lord gets a little bit better and less stupid. But overall, I do enjoy this run so far. So yeah, there you go. Feral issue number 2 from Image Comics. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.